What's up, everybody? This is your friendly neighborhood Jerusalemite. I'm talking to you from my personal page, from my personal Facebook. You might be asking yourself the question, Tzvi, why? You have this wonderful Nation of Israel Facebook page that you go live, and you have 36,000 fans on it, and you should be talking from there. So what's the deal, brother? What's the deal? Well, I'll tell you what the deal is. Let's see. Share live video. Okay. Let's see if anybody can see this. If anybody can see this, can you please comment? Nothing. I can't even share a live video. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh, there's a person. Who's that? I wonder who that is. So, seeing as how one person is watching, I'm going to tell that one person what's going down. 3 hours ago, I made a live video talking about everything that's happening with the Obama situation. Obama, Comey, and all these cronies in his cabinet who basically tried to, I guess you could say, orchestrate a coup against the sitting president. And again, for me, it's not about Democrat or Republican. For me, it's about, are you with Israel or you're not with Israel? Yes, it does revolve. For me, it really all revolves around Israel. And if you guys want to have a conversation, I can tell you that the previous president did everything to hurt Israel. Despite Netanyahu's, Netanyahu has his faults, but he was sent by Hashem to basically fend off, to use his brain and his incredible prowess as a politician to fend off the, comparative mental midget that is Obama, even though he's not a mental midget. Just compared to Bibi, he's pretty, here's Bibi, here's Bibi, here's Obama. So I made a video about all of that, a live video, and I check my admin in the Nation of Israel page 3 hours later, and I see a message on top in the admin, and it says, your page is at risk of being unpublished. Unpublished means erased, deleted. All the hard work, to build that page since, I think, 2012. 36,000 fans, ladies and gentlemen. 3 different names, 3 different incarnations. It says, for more information, click on this link. So I go on the link, and then I see, it says, just lines, 3 different lines or 4 different lines. It says, post was reported February 18th, post was reported February 18th, post was reported February 18th, post was reported February 18th. When the post was made, what these posts were, I have no idea. Can't click on anything. When these posts were made, what these posts were and what these posts were made, no clue. It just says somebody on February 18th, 2020 reported these 4 posts, and these 4 posts are in violation of community standards. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. I understand it takes time for people to review posts and reports and whatever it is, but doesn't it seem a little strange that this happened 3 hours after I made a video about what they call on Twitter, and I'm not going to say the name, because for fear of being zapped by the algorithm, I'm going to call it Yo Mama Fate. I'm going to call it Yo Mama's Fate, okay? So go on Twitter and look at one of the top trending hashtags, which sounds like Yo Mama's Fate, okay? So I spoke about Yo Mama's Fate in the context of Israel, Iran, and everything going forward. And yeah, and then now I just tried to go live on that page, and no viewers. I think I had 12 views or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I normally get especially now, what is it, like 9, what time is it now in Israel? Yeah, it's 8:35 in Israel, it's 1:35 in New York. It's peak time to go live on Facebook right now. I usually get simultaneously 5 or 6 people watching. Total, I'll get 150 people, 200 people watching, views per video, 300, 400, something like that, depending. Nothing. 12 views, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on my personal page and let me see what's going on. Let me see if this works, right? Okay, so now I have two people. Okay, fine. I have a personal page that has, 900, 1,000 friends or whatever it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned in the video, one thing I mentioned is that these people are going to fight to the death. All of this, they're going to fight. This is a media war. It's a media and political civil war. And what I was saying was that, especially given now that it was like Ba'omer, the Yod side of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who gave us the secrets of the Torah, the Zohar. These people have convinced themselves that, or maybe something called the Sitra Achar has convinced them that they are the good guys. When in reality they're not the good guys. They're not. Really, they're not. And they can say, well, it's politics and all's fair in politics and dirty and this and that and the other. Ladies and gentlemen, there's dirty and then there's treasonous. There's a big difference between playing dirty and betraying your country. There's a very big difference. If everything that's being investigated right now comes to light, basically the final kind of end game here is that the person who used to be president before Trump orchestrated from the top down, orchestrated a coup against Trump, and it'll be the first time in American history, in the history of this great experiment, and I say this as a person who made Aliyah and lives in Israel, where a previous president orchestrates a coup of an incoming president, ladies and gentlemen. And it just so happens to be that the person who did that was one of the biggest haters of Israel of all time. And you want to have that argument with me? We can. I am totally game to have that argument with you, and I will win, and I will prove it to you that he was the biggest hater of Israel of all time. If you come to the Prime Minister of Israel and you tell him, hey, I know you guys won the war in 1967, a war of self-defense, and you won all this territory back that really belongs to you, and now go ahead and give it back. If you come to a Prime Minister in the year 2000, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, whatever, whenever he was that they had this conversation, and you tell him that, go give back the Golan, give back Judea and Samaria, and give back the old city of Jerusalem. I mean, need I say more, ladies and gentlemen? And then you go and you give $150 billion, maybe more, to Iran, the sworn enemy of Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't just like mess around with God's people and then think that Hashem is gonna like just not notice. You don't just do that, right? Forget about me. Forget about even like me proving it to you that Obama's this and Obama's that on a political. This is something that transcends politics. You guys understand this? It's something that transcends politics. This is a spiritual thing. You don't. It's one thing to for other presidents to come and try to do all kinds of negotiations in good faith and two-state solution and this and that and whatever. It's quite another to come and say to the guy's face, I don't give a damn what land you took back, give it all back. And it's going to be to the non-defensible borders, and I don't give a damn, right? And then after you do that, you usher the guy out on the back next to the garbage, giant garbage container. Yeah, he did that. He did that to Bibi. That's a story. That's MS right there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, so that's it, really. At the end of the day, these people are not going to let this go. They're not going to relinquish power, and they're not going to relinquish this so easily. They're going to fight this. They're going to fight it any way we can. It's like Churchill said, we will find them in the land, in the sea. In this case, we'll find them in the ones and zeros. We're going to fight these guys digitally, and they're fighting us. You see, I just logged on. No views. Went live. No views. In danger of being unpublished, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, coincidence? I don't know. Could be, could not be. Never saw this in my life. Never got a warning. Nothing. I know, Facebook doesn't give warnings, but at least, and it even says, it gives you a link. It gives you to see the violations. Please click here. Okay, and it just shows you this was reported February 18th, reported February 18th, reported February 18th. Doesn't tell you what was reported. Like, if you're trying to like tell somebody that they're behaving in a bad way, right? It actually helps to show them what they did wrong so they could correct it. It's called rehabilitation, right? If I did something wrong, ladies and gentlemen, right? Like, honestly, if I posted something wrong, if I did something wrong, and Facebook has a problem with it, and I'm speaking directly to Facebook, if you have a problem with what I posted, or if somebody has a problem with what I posted, tell me what I did wrong. I'll look at it. I'll say, okay. I'll say, okay. I'll admit this was wrong, and I'll never do it again. You know, especially since I don't want my page to be unpublished, since it reaches a lot of people. But no, they don't even tell you what you did wrong. They just say this was reported. If you do this again, whatever it is, whatever that mysterious thing that you did is, we will unpublish your page. Ladies and gentlemen, this happened 2 hours out. This yo mama fate. Again, I'm not gonna say it lest I, Hey, my friends, as we know, yo mama Finton gave arms to ISIS, running arms out of Benghazi, Turkey, and Syria. Yeah, listen, Brian Lasseter, they did a lot of things. There was a lot of things. Now the president of Mexico wants yo mama to be investigated for Fast and Furious. He does. He now sees that. Okay, there's a president who's doing something. There's a what is it called? There's a attorney general who's doing something. There's investigators, Durham, whoever, doing something. Now the president of Mexico wants this investigated. Something from, I don't know when this happened. 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Fast and Furious with this gun running. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the guy stood up there, this yo mama, and he was like, phony scandals. I mean, let's just watch this guy. It's like the epitome. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this in the previous video. If you watch the movie Usual Suspects, in the movie, the character at the end, Verbal Kint, aka Kaiser Soze, what's his name? Played by, oh my god, Kevin Spacey. He says, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest trick Obama ever pulled was convincing the world not only that he doesn't exist, but that he actually didn't do anything. He was totally clean, squeaky clean as a whistle. And and again, you can say, well, politicians, this, you want them to be clean. No, but this is not about even cleanliness. This is about doing something against your country and doing something not just against your country, but against Israel, God's country. Okay? No, it ain't Montana, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't Montana. It ain't Texas. I love you people of Texas and Montana and wherever you are, but God's country ain't Montana. God's country is where I'm sitting right now. Here, look. Yeah, let's flip this over. Here you go. Here you go. There we go. Yerushalayim, Shel Zahav. I can't really see that. There you go. Yeah, this is what we're looking at here. Yeah. Welcome to Abu Tor. If you go this way, you'll hit, in case your mama's watching, you hit an Arab village. See, we got an Israeli flag over here. Shad Yom Ha'atzmaut. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ishaq. That's how we roll over here. That's how we roll. So, that's it. This is where we're at. We're here in the trenches, as it were, in the digital trenches between the ones and the zeros. And, as Trump said, you guys are going to see something in the coming weeks. People can make fun of him. People can roll their eyes, just like Bill Maher did, when I think it was Ben Shapiro, somebody came on the show and talked about Crossfire Hurricane, and he rolled his eyes and he face palmed, and all his stupid little millennial minions, as I like to call them, were laughing, and it's all funny, it's all really funny, and it's all amusing, but it's not going to be amusing when people get put in handcuffs, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be so amusing when that happens. I'm not going to name names again. In the words of the comedian Paul Mooney, "Yo mama beat your mama." There was people running around 125th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard in Harlem in November 2008, Wednesday or Tuesday night, the day who got elected, running around saying, "Yo mama beat your mama." I'm not gonna say it, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this coronavirus thing, the truth will set everything free. Yeah, my friend's saying several variation Crossfire Razor was for Flynn. Yeah, listen. They just found out that Strzok and Page were texting each other, and they were saying, "Yeah, so and so is looking like waiting for us to see what we're doing." Meaning, our overlord, Yo Mama, or their mama is looking and making sure to see, that we're doing the right thing, that they are doing everything correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, this came straight from the top. This came straight from the top, and now, um, what's her name? Zillary. No, again, I'm not going to say her name. Zillary, Pillary, right? She has until midnight tonight, I think, or I think it's Google. Google themselves have until midnight tonight to hand over some kind of a Gmail account that was never been seen before. I think it's to I don't know if it's to the FBI. I don't know who. I think Department of Justice. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's so much stuff that just is not being reported, and you want to say, Svi, why are you talking to us about conspiracies? Listen, it's a conspiracy until it's not. Okay? Epstein was a conspiracy until he wasn't. Um, this was all a conspiracy. Crossfire Hurricane was a conspiracy until it wasn't. Until now we see, you go on Twitter, and the number one hashtag is Yo Mama's Fate. Yo Mama Fate. Hag Sameach Hastalam. What's going on? Speaking of which. speaking of conspiracies. Anyway, alright. I guess I will be broadcasting to you guys from this medium, my personal page. Going forward, we'll see. Maybe they'll zap that one. Well, who knows? I'm gonna try to go back on the Nation of Israel page later just to see. Maybe it'll work. Maybe something will change. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not holding my breath. In the event it doesn't, I'm gonna be broadcasting from this page, and yeah, I guess what better time to build a personal brand, eh? All right, guys. Catch you on the flip side. Talk to you soon.